Hello, and welcome to Games I Played 2025. I did one for 2024, so might as well do it again. I feel like I played less this year than last year, but I still played quite a bit this year, so let's go over it. If you watched my last video, you know that the last one I played was Crosscode. I played about twice as much in this year than last year, and it's still amazing. I even bought these plushes. Well, I bought one plush, and then I bought one for a friend. So technically, I bought two of them. But yep, I was singing its praises last year, and I continue to sing its praises this year. Extremely good game. They are coming out with a new one, though I don't know how long it'll take for it to come out, but it should also be good. It looks like it's going to play the same, though I don't think it's going to be in the same universe from what I can tell. But very good game, highly recommend playing Crosscode. But I already said all that, so let's go on to the next game. Code Bunny. Oh, and I did finally finish this on January 31st. So Code Bunny. I believe I got this from a friend during Christmas, and as you can see, it's a pretty short game, 2.6 hours, but it's still good. It was obviously given to me because it has furry bunnies in it, and that's really all you need to know something I want to play. It played kind of like Mega Man, and it was really fun. Let's go to the store page real quick so I can show you some screenshots. Yep, plays a little bit like Mega Man. Pretty short game though, but that's fine. It doesn't need to be. Very fun. No, like achievements or anything, but that's okay. Just quick 2.6 hour game. There's two campaigns, one for this bunny and one for that bunny. But very good, if a little bit short. Next, Garamon, A Monstrous Adventure. I don't remember when I got this game, or why I got this game, but I certainly have it. I believe it was originally a PS2 game, and it got ported over. I started playing it on... Oh yeah, Code Bunny was February 2nd to February 3rd. 3 hours obviously didn't take very long. Groomin took me from February 9th to the 14th. Though this is the 16th, so maybe my notes aren't completely correct. Though I might have just needed to open up to get some information. But this one was also fun. You're this little cute little girl going around beating people up. This is a while ago, but basically, two different worlds are colliding, and stuff's going completely wrong, and it's up to you, who I believe her name... I don't remember if her name was called Garuman. That doesn't sound like a very good name for a little girl, so I don't remember... Man, that was almost a year ago, so I don't quite remember. But it was a very fun game. It's like action platformer, really good characters, really, let's see, what would the right wording be? The aesthetic is just really good. I'd highly recommend this one. Looking at some screenshots would probably help. Yep. You gotta drill, talk to these people, got a little world map. It's very fun, very good. I didn't 100% go for all achievements because some of them were kind of hard and confusing. So I just beat it, but it was definitely worth playing. Pretty short game too, with only about 13 hours. Next, I also don't know where this game came from or why I have it, but it was also fun. Stories, The Path of Destinies. Apparently this is the remastered version, or at some point. I did complete this one, started it February 16th, and beat it February 19th. I just completely got absorbed in this one to play that much in only like 4 days. But it was very fun, very story-driven. Might as well go here. As you can see, you're fighting, moving around in a plane like this. Another 3D platform action-adventure type of deal. What's interesting about this one is that it has different... Like, basically you have a bunch of choices as you go along, and depending on your choices, you get a different ending. You need to get four different endings to get 4 different truths, and then you can figure out what you actually need to do with all the information you got by basically doing the same thing over and over again. It's very cute, very good characters. The narrator, who's also the main character, I believe, from what I remember, is just very funny, and I really enjoyed this one. The combat is gets kind of samey after a while, especially if you're trying to go for 100%. It can get a little the actual gameplay can get a bit monotonous, but the story itself is really good. Next is Wonder Wicket. Let's see. Come on. Wonder Wickets, I mean. It's a little golf game. You're just golfing in space. It's extremely cute, extremely fun. I actually got into this more than I probably would have expected. Oh, it has, for whatever reason, it has a ToeJam and Earl collab, and you can unlock ToeJam and Earl, which is really funny. But, like, look at these characters. The designs are really good. The actual gameplay is really fun. There's a few stages that were a bit too hard, especially since I was trying to 100% it, get all the achievements. But it was overall fun. I unfortunately did not manage to get all of them, mostly because there's online type of things, and the game's kind of old. It's kind of hard to find people, so I just kind of didn't. I do still want to try and do that, though. It's also interesting that I'm not entirely sure why, but apparently the publisher can't modify the game anymore. And there's some bugs, let's say. You get actually stuck at some points in the game. I was able to get some codes to force progress so I could actually see everything in the game, but that was kind of something I never had to do before. But I was able to get on the Discord, talk to one of the people who made the game, and they were able to help me. But I'd highly recommend playing this. So, yeah. And if you do, I would play with you, because I still need to play these online matches to get these achievements. Also, there's like a glitch world that glitches up your loading, and one of the things is you bad at golf, which is very funny, so I took a screenshot of that. But yeah, I'd highly recommend this. I played it from February 21st to March 10th. Got a beefy 73.3 hours. And for just like a golf game, that seems like a whole lot. Next is Sonic X Shadow Generations. I got the Switch version, which is why I'm showing you this page. I probably don't need to tell you that much about this since it's pretty popular. Everyone knows it's pretty good. I didn't play the original Sonic Generations, even though I owned it and kind of got it for free on Steam, but I just never got around to it. But it was fun. I enjoyed playing it. Since it was on Switch, I don't really have how many hours I played, but I played it from March 12th to March 18th, going through both the original and Shadows parts. I didn't try and 100% it, just because 100%ing Sonic games is close to impossible for someone with my amount of skill and patience. So I just didn't, but I played both games. I enjoyed it. I'd recommend the games. So it's apparently 50% off right now. Unlike some of the other games that I'm gonna show not on Steam. But let's ignore that. So next is a game that I was interested in for quite some time and finally got around to. Into the Breach. Played this for about 42 hours, got all the achievements, played from the 19th to the 31st, and it was extremely fun. I've seen some people on Twitch play this game, and while I did not, I think I talked about it last year, but I played another of their games. I don't remember the exact name, but it's the space one where you're trying to outrun a giant space armada, and then at the end take out the like mothership or whatever. And I didn't like that one because it was a little bit too hard and random. This one isn't nearly as hard and not nearly as random, a lot more balanced, and I really enjoyed it. I did have to cheat a little bit near the end just because some of the stuff was just really annoying. But I still got all of the, I got all the achievements fine, but there's some luck-based unlocks, like this guy, this bug here. He had some friends that were similarly unlocked, and I just put in the codes to get those. But this is an extremely fun game. It's an interesting... well, I might as well bring up the store page. Tile-based. It got kind of repetitive since there's only 4 islands and they play pretty similarly. And while there are a ton of these little robots, some of them are just kind of bad and not fun to use. But overall, it was really fun. Some of the teams I went in, did the achievements, and got out as soon as possible, while the ones I actually did really enjoy using and had a lot of fun strategies. So yeah, I'd really recommend Into the Breach as well. It was very fun. Next, Helltaker. Only played this for one day because it's pretty easy. If you're in some circles, you probably don't need to know anything about Helltaker, or maybe if you're in some other circles, you don't actually know anything about the game. But only 3 hours, got all the achievements. I did look up some of the solutions just because I was getting frustrated, but it's just a little puzzle game, not that much. Has these obviously very well designed demons. Very charming, very funny. Obviously, it's short, it's free. Just go play the game. Just do it. It's not that long, it's very nice, very good. Helltaker is a short game about sharply dressed demon girls. Yep. Highly recommend that, but not much to say about it. And then, Slime Rancher. Played this from April 5th to April 11th. This was on my radar for a long time, but I just never got around to it. But about 36 hours, very fun. Obviously, the slimes are all very cute. The world you explore is pretty fun. Trying to do all this nonsense with breeding them and getting all of their stuff. It's still kind of sad that you just kind of throw them in these like, pens, and they just kind of sitting there, generating stuff when you give them food. But I mean, while some of them just kind of explode and stuff, so that's fine. Accidentally getting the evil ones when they eat the wrong things, that was kind of messed up though. And especially when they completely destroyed everything. But some of these combinations are extremely cute and good. Like, they have a cat. Actually, they might have 2 cat ones. It looks like I didn't put any screenshots on here. I only play on my Steam Deck, pretty much, so my Steam Deck has all of my screenshots. But I'm pretty sure I took a ton, because this was an extremely cute game. Highly recommend this. I'm not sure when I'll get around this Slime Rancher 2, but I do want to get around to it. I did want to try and get all these achievements, but some of them were just kind of annoying, and I just didn't feel like it. Especially didn't want to do rush mode. So I didn't manage to 100% it, but this was an extremely fun game. Highly recommend it as well. Here's a game that I don't recommend. Cyclonials. This was made by the guy who made Homestuck. He's very obviously insane at this point. I played it in one day, played it for 6 hours. Don't recommend, if you do play the game, don't try and read through the entire thing in one day. It's not a good idea. I'm not even sure what to say about this nonsense. It's a lot. It's a lot. It really also is not a game. It is just a visual novel. There's no choices that matter throughout the entire thing. I don't want to say I wish I hadn't played it, since, I mean, it was only 6 hours, but, like, I really wouldn't recommend it that much. It's just kind of messed up. Clowns, a lot of killing. It just, ugh. Like, whatever, I'm moving on. To Half-Minute Hero. So there's 2 half-minute heroes on here. 17 hours for the first one, and 20 hours for the second one. I actually confused Half-Minute Hero with some other game, but I mean, in the end, it turned out to be whatever. I enjoyed the game, so even if I was confused about what the game was, it's fine. In this game, you basically just have a small map. You got 30 seconds to save the world by defeating the final boss, who like sings an end of the world spell, and you just have to win by beating him up in 30 seconds. Of course, it's not actually true, since you can pay off the Goddess of Time or whatever, and yes, you literally have to pay her off because she's super greedy. But you just go around beating up enemies until you get to the final boss and also beat them up. Basically, the same thing happens in Half-Minute Hero, The Second Coming. The Second Coming does have a lot more story to it, though. A lot more, like, chapters where you switch character. In the first one, you're the main guy, and you're just going from point A to point... From the start to the finish, you're the same guy. There are some side modes in the original where you play some other ones, and the entire game changes, too. Like, one, you're, like, this archer princess who just gets carried around by her knights, and she just flings arrows at enemies, going from the castle town to wherever she needs to go. But she's only allowed to stay out for 30 seconds, or she gets in trouble, which is why it's still Half-Minute Hero type of game. Very strange, but all very fun. I'd recommend playing both of these games. They do have a pretty old-looking style to them. Like, here's how the battles look. I played in this new updated version, but honestly, both of them look pretty good. And it's just fun. I do recommend playing them in order, since The Second Coming does reference what happened in the first game a lot. And playing both of them took like less than 40 hours, so it's not that big of a commitment. Now, next game I played was Custom Robo Arena. Now, this came completely out of left field, but a streamer that I watch started playing this, and it looked really fun. And after like 2-3 streams, I was like, okay, I like this game, I want to play it. So I went and played it. And it was really fun. Obviously, if you played a custom robo game, it plays a lot like whichever one you played, since they all played pretty similarly. This one has a more kid-friendly vibe to it. You play as a kid, you got your first custom robo, and you obviously, since he's being controlled by us, he destroys everyone and then eventually saves the world. But that's just what happens in a JRPG. The only thing I didn't really like about it was that the endgame got extraordinarily hard to get to all of the boss fights, so I didn't get all of the parts like I wanted to. But the story was fun. There's some good characters to talk to. The actual fighting is not the best. Since it's a DS, there's no, there's only the D-pad. There's no control stick. I was playing on a 3DS, so I could use a stick, but it's still acting like a D-pad, so it wasn't the best controlling thing in the world, but it worked well enough. It was overall a fun game. For some people, it might be hard to play DS games, but if you can, I'd highly recommend playing Custom Robo Arena. And I played that from the 19th to the 5th. And I played on my 3DS, so I don't know the hours. Maybe I actually could check, but I'm not going to, so. Next, back to Steam, Command & Conquer. played the remastered collection, and I don't remember exactly what all of the stuff on this is, but I played GDI, NOD, Soviet, and whatever the opposite of Soviet is. I forget what they're called. As a kid, I played GDI and NOD before. I don't think I completed NOD just because it got super hard for a kid me, especially since I was playing on a freaking N64. Don't play Command & Conquer on an N64. It's not good. 62-ish hours to complete all 4 of those campaigns. The stuff from the Soviet and whatever the other one is, those were completely new to me, even though they used a lot of the same assets. And the Soviets just having better stuff than the other guys was kind of strange, but it worked out in the end. But all of them were really fun. Command & Conquer, the old stuff at least, very good. I want to play some of the other ones, but this was a good start. Been putting this off for like decades, possibly, so it's good that I finally got through it all. I will say that the Soviet missions are extraordinarily funny with their like story, because it turns into like backstabbing simulator. Like, I'm pretty sure like 6 or 7 people got killed by their own allies. It got pretty funny, especially near the end. But yeah, May 8th to May 25th for all 4 campaigns. Next is a game that I wouldn't recommend, Baba Is You. I've heard so many people praise this game. I could not figure it out. I did not enjoy it. I may just be stupid, but I just couldn't play the game for very far before I'd get stuck. Played for a little less than 6 hours. Either the game wasn't telling me how to play or I was just stupid. Either way, if you really like puzzle games, then give it a try. If not, I wouldn't recommend it. I even talked to some friends and they said that it was excessively hard and gave up too. So I'm not the only one who sucks at this. But whatever, it's still cute. I still like the idea. I just feel like it was too hard. Then a game that is definitely good, Deltarune. So after I gave up on Baba Is You, it was very late May. Oh yeah, I played Baba Is You from May 26th to May 31st. It was very hard for me to get motivated to play that game. But in early June, Deltarune Chapter 3 and 4 was going to come out, so I was like, I'll replay Chapters 1 and 2, so I have things under control for when I start Chapter 3. Beating those 2 chapters took about 11 hours. I was dumb and missed some stuff. Like, I don't have Starwalker. I don't have him in my thing, so I'm going to have to replay all of them again so I can see what he does in 5, 6, and 7. But that's the problem for future me. Obviously, Chapters 1 and 2 were great, and playing this was very fun over the June 1st to June 8th that I was playing them. And because that was part of the demo, I actually know how much time I played in 3 and 4, which was 22 hours. Chapter 3 and 4, also extremely good. Probably don't need to be told that that's true, because everyone should know how good Deltarune is at this point. Extremely fun. I cannot wait for the next chapters to be revealed. I did get burned out watching video theories, but I'll probably be getting on that again with the next rounds of stuff now that people have had time to actually think on this stuff and it's set in. And hopefully the new chapters don't take 1,000 years. Hopefully that just doesn't happen, because I want to get them soon. So, alright, next, another game that's not on Steam, Digimon World Redigitize. Not the PSP version, the 3DS version. Now, this was only released in Japan. Didn't really think I'd ever get around to it, but remember when I was doing Custom Robo Arena? I actually was emulating that. And while I was emulating that, I noticed that Digimon World Redigitize just had a translation out, so all I needed to do was download it. And I did, and I played it. Played that from June 13th to July 6th. Again, I don't have the hours, but I played it quite a bit. Very fun, very good. It plays like the Digimon World games, as you would expect. I hadn't played one of those in basically forever. Probably 2 decades since I played the original Digimon World game. And I guess saying it plays like a Digimon World game doesn't actually mean anything. I should say it plays like the original Digimon World, where you have one Digimon, they hatch, they evolve, eventually die, and then you have to start over. But it was very fun. Story's good. I finally know who this person is with the glasses. She appears in a lot of other Digimon World games, and she just sort of kind of exists without any explanation because she first appeared in this game that was Japanese only, and none of the games that she's in that are translated ever explain shit. But now I know, so that's nice. But I'd highly recommend it. Sure, there's other Digimon World games that are actually normally translated that you could play, but this one's good to play as well. I actually need to get to the other Digimon World game that was released recently. I decided to do this one first just because, well, this one is older, so I sometimes find it hard to go play a newer game and then go back to an older one in the same series just because it's going to be a downgrade in almost all instances, so I like playing them in order. But highly recommend this if you are able to. Next, back to Steam with a game I don't really recommend, Pom Pom. Now, it wasn't a bad game, but wasn't particularly good either. July 7th to July 17th, 12.5 hours. It's a side-scrolling game where you don't really control the character. Like, if you remember the, Mario Switch, not the Mario Wii U version, where you had a person who could, make blocks you could stand on, that's just this game. Little Pom Pom here, well, I guess explains here. You don't control Pom Pom the hamster's movements. You control everything else. Lay down blocks, springs, blah, 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 blah. And he'll automatically walk and try and get to the end. And for the most part, it was really fun at the beginning, but it got kind of annoying at the end. It at least keeps things interesting. They keep adding new things pretty regularly. I never really got bored at any point in time, but I did get frustrated with how difficult some of the things were. Especially the final boss was really frustrating. I'd still recommend it, but not super hard, because it did get frustrating. But it's extremely cute. And the first half or 3/4 was very fun. No achievements, but that's okay. Next, I highly recommend this one. Prodigal, super freaking awesome. The story's good, the characters are good, gameplay's good. Near the end, you can kind of just break the game in half. I'm not entirely sure if it's they expected you to, but you kind of do anyway. Plays and looks a lot like a Game Boy Legend of Zelda game, and that's pretty much true. Really fun, really good. Story is good. You wouldn't really expect something that looks like this to have a really good story, but it does. It really does. Just a quick starter. Main character ran away from home, stole money from his parents, then he left, and he only came back because his parents died. And he got a letter saying, hey, your parents are dead, come back home. So he did. He meets up with his grandpa, and then just starts trying to reintegrate with his original hometown. Meets people he knew as a kid, new people who just arrived, and just starts trying to be useful to the town and useful to the new people, including his grandpa's apprentice. And obviously, since this is a video game, things have to hit the fan and get dunked on, but that's just what you expect. but very fun, very good. Highly recommend this. And that was from July 17th to July 27th. Might have already said that, but whatever. Next, Monster Crown. As you probably already know, I like Pokemon, and that means I am interested in games that are like Pokemon. Unfortunately, Monster Crown, while like Pokemon, is unfortunately not very good. It's basically incomplete. It's not like you look here, it doesn't say that it is a what's it called? Like it's a full game. But there's a lot of bugs in here. Like when you try and look at your monsters in your team, you don't actually see them. And you have to look at like the decks. And it's just there's some quality of life stuff that's missing in here that would have been really nice. It was still fun, but it was very complicated trying to work around some of the bugs. And they aren't going to fix them either. Like when I was looking into this, some of the comments literally said they weren't going to fix it. Like, it's a great game if you can get over all the bugs, but if not, I would not recommend. Great game though. I love playing it. That's basically what I would say too. Yeah, this guy, yeah. So, it's a good game. I enjoyed it, but it's probably not actually worth playing with how many things are messed up about it. It's also kind of the idea of like, what if Pokemon was dark instead of childish? Which is not everyone's cup of tea either. But I did enjoy it. It was fun. There's some good designs. Most of them are honestly kind of forgettable. I wish I had my screenshots that I could show you, but they're on my Steam Deck, so I can't. But it was good. 10 hours, beat the game. Decided not to try and get all of the achievements since just too much effort. But it wasn't too bad. I enjoyed playing the game, even if I wouldn't really recommend it. Next is my first Switch 2 game. I just decided, well, I gotta buy a Switch 2 eventually, and I did. So I bought Donkey Kong Bonanza and Mario Kart. Played Donkey Kong Bonanza first, and it was extremely fun. Just running around smashing stuff is really good. Doing random stuff, getting bananas, upgrading your abilities. It was all very fun. Like, it's nothing, like, super amazing. I would probably there's some other Mario games that I like more, but it was very fun, no problem. Like, I'd recommend playing this game if you have a Switch 2. Of course, if you have a Switch 2, you probably already have this game, unless you have a Switch 2 and the only game you have is Mario Kart. But it was very fun, very cute, very fun, and good. It's too bad this level that had Diddy Kong and Dixie Kong, Dixie, right? I hope I got that right. It's kind of short, but they did exist, and that was a fun level as well. Yeah. So, next, Mario Kart World. I played this, not for very long, Bonanza was August 3rd to August 24th, Switch 2 no hours, and for Mario Kart World, I only played it for a week, August 24th to September 1st. I'm not a big racing guy, so I wasn't expecting to play this for very long. It's not that I didn't enjoy it, it's just that once I play a course, like 1, 2, 3 times, not that interested in playing it anymore. So I don't really get that much out of racing games. I mostly just have it so I can play it with my friends, which hasn't quite happened yet, but I'm sure will happen. So, of course, now with Kirby Air Ride out, it might not happen for a while since I'm playing that with my friends instead. But I did enjoy it. It was a fun game. I wish I was kind of disappointed with the open world aspect, not because of the open world itself, but because the carts are obviously not really suited for exploring an open world, because you can't, like, turn on a dime or anything like that. It's kind of... It's a good idea, but I don't know how well they actually executed on it. But it was still fun. If I had friends to play with on a regular basis, I would probably really enjoy it. But since I don't, it's just a good game. Next, back to Steam with Touhou Artificial Dream in Arcadia? That sounds right. Or, as I call it, Touhou SMT. It's very, very blatantly just an SMT game, Shin Megami Tensei, that is Touhou themed. Like, that's the game. It's a SMT 1 or 2, but with Touhou characters, which is exactly what I wanted. It's a modern old SMT game. Oh, and it has bullet hell segments instead of talking segments, which were fun, even though I suck at them. I sadly was not able to 100% the achievements. I'm off by a few. I didn't beat the final boss just because it got really hard. I looked up a solution, and then I didn't feel like doing it. Might do it eventually, but not so far. Not right now. But it was really fun. It was nice that Chen and Ran were late-ish gamed puppets. They're puppets. You don't actually control the real ones. And they were late game, so I could actually use them for quite a while. And it was just really fun. I really should try and get back to SMT 1 and 2, but they're so antiquated, it's gonna be real hard. It's gonna be real hard, so I just haven't done it. But I'd recommend playing this game. It's very good. Even if you don't know Touhou that well, it's just a good game. Though, obviously, if you do know Touhou, it'll be a lot better. Played that for about 44 hours from September 2nd to September 21st. So, took a while for that to happen. Next, Power Wash Simulator. Again, between when I beat Touhou SMT and Digimon Time Stranger, I needed to fill a gap, so I just played Power Wash Simulator a bit. I do need to get to Power Wash Simulator 2, but it's not a priority right now. At some point, when I'm like, I don't know what to do, I might just pick up Power Wash Simulator. But not right now. And then that, of course, gets us to what I was playing that for, Digimon Time Stranger. Didn't feel like... Maybe I typoed something. But Digimon Time Stranger, this is incorrect. I played on my Steam Deck. It was annoying trying to connect to the internet all the time and update the backup save, so I turned off Wi-Fi, and then it didn't save any of my hours. That was kind of annoying, but since it has the hours on the thing... Oh, I forgot to write it down. It was like 80 or 90 or something. It doesn't matter. But I'm not quite done with this. They made some DLC that hasn't come out yet, so I'm going to come back to this one, but I did beat the main story and most of the side content. And it was really fun. It was extremely good. It was more of the Digimon story stuff from, Cyber Sleuth, except there was significantly less filler in it. Cyber Sleuth was super fillery. It was insane how much filler there really was in that game. Still a good game, but had a lot of filler. This one had significantly less filler, a lot more varied environments, plenty of Digimon, and really fun game. Story's amazing. The characters are good. I had a twist I did not see coming. Like, multiple twists I didn't see coming. All very good. Highly recommend playing this. I actually played it in 2 different sections. So October 2nd to October 15th, and then December 13th to December 26th. The reason that happened is because Pokemon ZA came out, and then Hyrule Warriors came out, and I decided to play those before getting back to Digimon Story. But, very good game. Highly recommend it. And yes, I actually did play 2 Digimon games in 1 year, which is insane, since they just kind of never play. They took so long to start translating Digimon games again. It was really frustrating being a Digimon fan for a while there. So next, Pokemon Legends ZA. I got the Nintendo Switch 2 edition. Now, I don't know exactly what people are complaining about, aside from graphics on this, but I love this game. I assume on Switch 2 it doesn't run nearly as well as on Switch... You know what I mean. It runs really well on Switch too, so I didn't have any issues with that. I was disappointed in that the city is literally all it is. There's nothing more to it but the city. But it still works out, especially since this game is much more about battling instead of catching Pokemon. I think I liked Arceus better because I like catching Pokemon more than I like fighting, but this was still fun. You still got to see a lot of cool stuff. And I mean, Lopunny's still in it, Mega Lopunny's in it, so that's all I really needed to make sure I wasn't disappointed in the game. I didn't like that you couldn't get the Megas for the main Pokemon, like for this generation's line. You had to do online battles, and I just don't like doing online stuff, so I haven't gotten those. But aside from that, I really enjoyed the game. The story is pretty good, the characters are good, the character designs are good. Not all the Megas are great, but the ones that are good are good. Sadly, most of these don't have Megas on on show, but I did eventually grow on Dragonite's Mega. I didn't really care for it at first, but I think I like it now. But yeah, I highly recommend Pokemon Legends. I don't really see what's so offensive about it that people keep complaining about, and I really just don't want to engage in it, so probably not going to find out unless someone does it in text format instead of a like a YouTube video that's way too freaking long for me to want to sit through. But yeah, very fun game, highly recommend it. And then, after I beat that, I went to Hyrule Warriors, Age of Imprisonment. Hyrule Warriors type of game. Well, no, that's a Dynasty Warriors type of game. Also very fun. Hadn't played a Warriors game in a while, so I was totally ready to play another one. And playing through everything did get me that itch, and now I don't want to play another Warriors game for quite a while. Probably just long enough for a Fire Emblem to come out, or another Hyrule Warriors one to come out. So I'll never get to play a Samurai Warriors one ever again. But that's okay. Whatever. I'll get to them eventually. Maybe. But I played this one from November 6th to November 26th on my Nintendo Switch, obviously, so I don't have hours on hand. But it was very fun. The story was very good. It really probably isn't canon. Like, they probably didn't know this at all when they were making the second, what's it called? Tears of the Kingdom. But, I mean, it definitely, if you ignore that fact, it's a very good story that fills in a lot of the blanks and makes it not as bad that the story was basically non-existent in Tears of the Kingdom. But it was fun, had a lot of good characters. Calamo's the best character. That I don't know if I entirely believe that, but Calamo's the best character anyway. I also wonder if he turned into... Well, I guess I shouldn't go into speculation. Not everyone who's going to watch this has played the game, and yeah, whatever. Really good game. I enjoyed playing it. Would recommend it as well if you have a Nintendo Switch. Unless you already know that you don't like the Warriors playstyle, then this isn't going to change your mind. It's still a Warriors game. It does a lot of things differently, but at its heart, it's still a Warriors game, and Warriors games aren't for everybody. So, second to last game, only one left. Another game that I started playing because the same streamer started playing it, Veritas. It's by the same guys who made Parodigal. It's actually a direct sequel. This guy right here is the character you played in Prodigal, and now he's older, and now he's getting pulled into more bullshit. This one is very different. In the original Prodigal, you're like set in a town, and you go into dungeons, and you just like, it's a lot more laid back. This one, you get sent to a castle, and you're in the castle the entire time. Now, the castle is huge. Like, I played it for 12 hours, took from December 27th to December 30th. I did 100% it. I looked up some stuff just because there's a lot of secrets, and by secrets I mean here's this wall that you can technically tell you're supposed to be able to destroy it, but it's hard because the game looks like this. So it's not super obvious. So I looked up some of those, but overall, I really enjoyed this one too. It's a shorter game compared to Prodigal, since Prodigal, you have to actually explore a lot more just to know where you're going. There's a lot more text, but just because this one's shorter doesn't mean it's worse. This one's very good as well. It has a different vibe to it. And there's a ton of lore and a ton of story baked into this. You find like journal entries everywhere. It's all very difficult to actually keep control of. I actually am hoping to talk to the streamer who's playing it right now, actually, about what he thinks about it, since he's probably going to beat it soon, just so I have a better understanding of what's going on, because I'm confused. But it's very fun. It doesn't take, like in the last game, you can break the game in half. In this game, you can break the game in multiple pieces before you even get to the halfway point. Like, I got a really strong pickaxe pretty early. I got a insanely good side weapon really early that just destroyed the game. There's a charge attack that lets you jump over giant gaps that you would normally have to do like puzzles for. So kind of did that. Made the game possibly easier than it was supposed to be, but it was still fun. I 100%ed it. Highly recommend this as well. I bought Veritas along with every other game that Colorgrave has made so far, so I do plan on playing those at some point as well. And I'd highly recommend this one just like Prodigal, but definitely play Prodigal first. It's not as connected as you probably would think, but it's still connected, and it'd be best to play them in order. So that's it. Those are the 29 games I played this year. Last year I played... like 35. I had to count real quick, and I might have not counted properly, but about 35. So I played more last year than this year. Last year I might have played shorter games, especially since I had a much larger selection of games to pick from. Since when I started last year, I was completely inundated with games in my Steam library. Now I've gotten through a lot of them. So there's a lot less to pick from, and last year I picked the short ones to begin with, so that makes sense. Plus this year's just been hard. It's been hard for me, but games have been fun, keeping me going, and I'll be playing more next year. So hope you enjoyed watching this, maybe found the game or two that you're interested in, and have a happy new year. Goodbye.